What did you say this was? Upwell tank?
An upwell tank.
Upwell tank.
And then the raft and dock is a upwell system that sits in the water.
So is that a boat for tour?
Yeah, there's a tour boat that does tours from the F Street. Okay, watch your
Nó có
fingers.
thể đi ngày mai vui ạ.
Mình đi cái này rồi, đi nó này, đi cái này rồi, cái này còn tốt hơn. Mà cái này còn tốt hơn nữa bởi vì mình được ăn sò, cái kia đâu được ăn sò đâu.
So if you guys just stay on the boat, that'd be the best.
Oh, okay, stay in the
Yeah, and
boat.
I'll bring stuff to you.
Ngồi đây.
So these guys right here
Kìa nó đưa cho mình sò.
are little baby singles.
Oh. Em bé, sò,
Cái này
con
con
hào.
sò nhỏ này.
Con hào.
Little tinies. Yeah.
Can I touch them?
Yeah. So what happens is there's a hatchery in Hawaii for this company,
Uh-huh.
and they buy little babies about 2 millimeter screen size, and then they'll put them inside these tanks right here to grow them a little bit bigger,
Dạ.
and then they'll put them in the other system which has the bigger oysters. And so when they get bigger oysters,
Nó lớn. How long does it take to make it big like this?
these are probably about 6 months.
6 tháng.
3 to 6
Sometime.
months. It depends on
Bye
what
to
time of
sometime.
year, if there's a lot of growth at what time. Because in winter, everything slows.
Right.
But summer and spring, a lot of growth.
Uh-huh.
So these are the tanks, or the upwell silos. So there's a false screen on the bottom, and so the oysters sit on that. And the water comes up through the bottom and then out the hole. How's it going?
No, not great, but just want to say hi.
Hi Nate, good to see you. So, and that's how they do when they first arrive. They let them grow in this for a little while, and then they'll move them. I'm going to take the boat and move the boat.
That's okay.
When they get bigger, they'll put them inside that big square box. See how it has a screen on the bottom of the big square box?
Right.
But those will be set in the water with this structure to help support it. And then that paddle wheel
Uh-huh.
at the other
Yep.
end will make the water flow over the seeds so they can put them in real thick.
Real thick? What do you mean by thick?
So, let me get a better spot here.
God.
So that bin is on its side right now,
Uh-huh.
but when they drop it in the water, it'll go straight down, and it'll have oysters in it about that thick on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
So the water has to force through the oysters.
Uh-huh.
It constantly flows to keep sending them food. So you can see that lid is up over there. Those two slots are where bins slide in those slots.
Mhm.
And so that's, and then there's a central raceway where the paddle wheel pushes the water.
Mhm.
And so as the water comes out of the raceway, it is replaced by water coming in from the bottom of the silo, the oyster seed silo.
So this is another way of farming them.
for the nursery primarily, not for all the way to grow up.
Okay, so I see. So you buy them from Hawaii as a little babies, right?
Yeah,
And-
about 2 millimeters,
Uh-huh.
real tinies.
And then you put them in there. Sorry, in here.
Yeah, you start there for about 2 or 3
Months.
2 months, a
Uh-huh.
month and a half.
Uh-huh.
And then when they get bigger, you put them in those because you can increase the water flow. Have a lot more water, they grow better.
Okay, so how long do you put it in the big one?
Probably like 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, then you put it out in the sea like that.
Out in the bay, yeah.
Out in the bay, I'm sorry, for 1.5 years.
Well, pretty close to a year to a year and a half.
Uh-huh.
It just depends. If I get small ones like the first group, then it takes me a lot longer to grow them. But if I get big ones like that second one I showed you,
Uh-huh.
about a little bit bigger
Right,
than your
right.
thumbnail,
Uh-huh.
then it only takes me like a year maybe.
Uh-huh.
So it depends on when I get my seed stock. So
And so far, you haven't had any bad crops.
not so much.
Thanks God.
Yeah, we're having a good time. A good oyster. This is a good oyster grounds here.
You're right.
The thing about Humboldt Bay and why they do a lot of nurseries, because that's one company of like 4 companies that do the nursery work.
Uh-huh.
We have what they call a high health
High health?
certificate.
Uh-huh.
So, for oyster diseases, we don't really have any that they can trace.
Oh, thanks God. Okay.
So when we take oysters from here and put them on other bays or other bodies of water,
Uh-huh.
we don't transfer disease to other oysters in the bay.
So this type of farming is less risky than land farming, huh?
It just depends on how much storm and stuff like that you get, or if you get a disease or something that comes in that sneaks in on you, that's no good.
Right. No, but I mean
There's a
you.
lot of risk. All
Of course,
farming.
of course. but less risk. But I mean you hear about a mad cow disease and pig and the
Well-
Chinese bird flu from China and all that. But you don't see that many oyster disease that people
Well,
can get.
in Tomales Bay, they have oyster herpes.
Okay.
So almost half of their crop can die on a very warm year.
Oh wow.
So they have to plant a lot because they know they're going to lose 50% sometimes.
Where is this?
Tomales Bay, just next to you.
Oh. Wow.
Hey, Felipe! What's up, Felipe?
Aquí anda, güey. Oh wow! And why is that?
It's
why?
just a warm water
Uh-huh.
disease.
Uh-huh.
A virus infection for the oysters, and so it infects them, and it's most active in warm water.
Warm water.
So or during the summertime,
Uh-huh.
they have to be careful about how they handle. They don't want to bring in fresh seed stock in the summer.
Right.
They have to wait till the winter when the water's colder. Different things like that.
Beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Thích quá. Không thích nè. Rồi, giờ lát mình đi ăn cái này. Người ta hấp lên hay là mình ăn sống cũng được.